Free fall lifeboat test. Meant to escape from oil rigs in the sea? Rose still would not let Jack in. Maybe the ride of your life, but at least it won't be your last. That splashdown must be intense. These save a lot of people. The boat you hope never to use. The satisfying process of extracting rubber. Forbidden fresh mozzarella. Why do they do the first vertical slit? The rest makes sense, but I don't understand that part. That tool looks sharp. The real question is, how do humans even discover shit like this? LMAO. Tim Cook is latest tech exec to kiss the ring, gives Trump's inauguration $1 million. All the trillion-dollar corporation CEOs are donating money and having one-to-one dinners with him. Hello oligarchy. God, America is corporate wasteland now. They don't even hide buying politicians anymore. But don't worry, Rich Orange Jesus is here to save us. He totally knows the struggles of the working man. The idea of a democracy is that everyone has an equal voice thanks to our votes, but does anyone really believe that these politicians on either side of the aisle are going to put our needs as citizens ahead of billionaires and corporations that can donate millions to them? An old Facebook group made by Lady Gaga's college classmates, stating she will never be famous. She now has 13 Grammys. I wonder how many Facebook pages there are like this about people who didn't ever become famous. This is the kinda hate I need from my haters for that ungodly life motivation. To be fair, absolutely nobody knows who Stefani Germanotta is. I heard somewhere that her teachers were always annoyed at her because she would prioritize her gigs over her classes and assignments. And she would practice singing and piano during lunchtime. And boy, that practice paid off. Her jazz album with Tony Bennett is one of my favorites. Titanic's sister ship, Britannic, the largest ship lost during WW1. Wreck site today at a depth of only 390 feet. And the pic above is actually a painting, by Ken Marshall. Fun fact, it was painted before the discovery of the wreck, so it has some inaccuracies. Here's a fun fact, Violet Jessup, a nurse, survived the sinking of both the Titanic and the Britannic. She also served aboard the Olympic before it was retired from service in 1935. The bow of the ship ended up smooshed because the vessel was longer than the depth of the water it sank in. As the bow submerged, it struck the seafloor while the rest of the ship was still in the process of sinking. Straightening tassels on a rug. Great. Now go back to number 1. Why none of my rugs have fringe or tassels? Freeing a sheep whose horn was hooked on a tree. Asterisk hooks horn on tree 10 seconds later. If I tried this, I'm afraid the big horns would take out my kneecap on the way by to thank me. Good job, man. That went surprisingly well. I thought for sure the second it got free, it would hit that guy, because they do that. Ever wondered what a tiny 12V battery looks like on the inside? So what's inside them? More batteries. And inside them? It's just 8 batteries in a trench coat. In French we call them piles, literally stacks. I guess it all makes sense now. Fake statement. We all 0.3000000000000000004 down here. This is the most 1997 meme I have ever seen. An insane finding on an X-ray. Me, doesn't eat undercooked pork. Also me, after watching this, I am definitely full of parasites. If you found this interesting, you might like House S01E01. The parasites calcify. Then how the heck does their life cycle work? Parasites from raw or undercooked pork, according to the voiceover. Berezka dance. Which? Burn them in the town center. JK, that's just extremely impressive. It would look different if they were wearing shorts and flip-flops. Roulette. But the ball is a rabbit. The rabbit didn't move when placed under the basket. LOL. How stupid are these people? Banging and making noise is the exact thing you should not do if you want it to come to you. SpaceX's Starship burning up during re-entry over the Turks and Caicos Islands after a failed launch today. Can't fool me. Autobots getting some reinforcements right there. That's quite spectacular. I would not want to see that flying over me. My pitcher plant taking a deep drink. Apologies for being a bummer, but it would mainly just be the water saturating the dry soil. You mean dry soil soaking up water? Trump says H-1B visa program is great amid mega feud over tech workers. I have always been in favor of the visas. That's why we have them. I have many H-1B visas on my properties. No shit, he loves them. Trump fell in line with his funding. President Musk is unstoppable. Why does a fucking building need an H-1B worker? Let the grifting and fleecing begin. I wonder if the mega dummies will ever admit they made a mistake? Like and subscribe.